Hey guys, OGalbina here, and welcome to BBL Week 6. In Week 5, we were able to take down Dell with a super bulky hazard stack-oriented team, keeping our winning ways going and extending our streak. In Week 6, we have yet another tough opponent in John Jr. John had a red-hot start to the season, but has unfortunately dropped his last 2 games prior to playing us. For this reason, I'm sure John will come out even hotter than usual this week and try and get back into the win column. If you guys do enjoy Week 6 of the BBL, be sure to drop a like on the video as well as subscribe to the channel. We're on our way to 4K subs, and I would really appreciate you helping us reach that goal. I also want to give a huge shout out to Diet Type, Bandito, Sin of Wrath, Tone, Bad Halpert, Dashing Septile, Harry, Thriller, and Winter Redstone for the mocks this week. Also, a huge shout out to King 05 for the build support as well. With that being said, let's jump into the builder. Our team, if you did forget, consists of Dialga, Fluttermane, Terramew, Crocodile, Quaquaval, Ogerpon Cornerstone, Shaman, Weezing, Sableye, and Road of Heat. While John's team consists of Ho-Oh, Kyurem Black, Goldango, Terra Iron Boulder, Grimmsnarl, Toadscruel, Weezing Galar, Azelf, Swampert, and Terra Roddle. I love John's Uber's core, except when we have to play it. Ho-Oh can get really scary really fast, and its crazy natural special defense makes it a great check to both of our Ubers in Dialga and Fluttermane. Kyurem Black has instant win potential in every matchup, and we have to be super careful about letting a Dragon Dance. However, I could just see a 4 attacks rank coming just to have the best coverage overall into my team. Something like Icicle Spear, Scale Shot, Fusion Bolt, and Terravolt Earth Power for Weezing and Road of Heat. Goldango is a big worry as well. My team just does not have a cookie cutter switch into Shadow Ball and make it rain. Lastly, Iron Boulder. This thing terrifies me. I really expect Terra Fighting to show up. It can either be Booster Energy with Swords Dance to win the game, or Choice Band set to be stupidly strong. Either way, I don't deal with it particularly well. With that being said, let's jump into the team we have to stop him. If you guys watched last week, you saw that we basically brought a stall team against Dell. This week we're taking almost the exact opposite approach and going with a much more hyper-offensive team, much like we did against AIM in Week 3. That's the one thing I've really loved about this draft. It has a crazy amount of flexibility in the builder, allowing me to lean into different playstyles pretty heavily on a week-to-week basis. Our goal here is to just overwhelm John with our strong offense, and much like our Week 3 matchup with Joey, we will either win fast or lose fast. First up is the return of Big Fluttermane. Flutter didn't take too kindly to being benched last week, and is looking to come out strong here against John. We're rocking with a Choice Scarf variant here, with a moveset of Shadow Ball, Moonblast, Power Gem, and Memento. Originally I had Specs, but I was just having too tough of a time revenging Booster Speed, Terra Fighting Iron Boulder, and Scarf helps out with that, as well as a +1 Kyurem Black, another huge threat. Offensively, our moves cover just about everything on John's draft, and we have Memento to give us initiative or a potential setup opportunity if we need it. EVs wise, you have speed for Max Jolly Boulder, Max Special Attack, and the leftover in defense. Speaking of setup, we have our lead next in Ogerpon Cornerstone. This week we're rocking with a Swords Dance variant, with the offensive coverage comprising of Ivy Cudgel, Knockoff, and Trailblaze. If we can find a free opportunity to set a Swords Dance up, Ogre is incredibly strong. It outspeeds all but 2 non-Scarfers, and can boost past Boulder and Azelf if we get a Trailblaze up. This is checked by Weezing, but getting a +2 Ivy Cudgel on Weezing is huge for another member on our team. And even then, if Weezing doesn't have Will-O-Wisp, we can just boost past it. EVs wise, you have speed for Toadscruel, max attack, and the leftover in HP. Third, we have our Terra Captain, and honestly, my favorite model on the team thus far, in Terramew. We once again have a setup variant with Terra Dark, but instead of the Dragon Dance sets we've run in the past few weeks, we have a Nasty Plot variant, with coverage consisting of Psychic, Dark Pulse, and Power Gem. We're Terra Dark here for a few reasons. One is that Dark and Psychic is just generally strong here. It also lets me resist Goldango's Stab Shadow Ball. Number 2 is Prankster. I do not want Grimmsnarl to be able to Thunderwave us, because despite not having a speed boosting move, Mew outseats all but 3 members on John's team, and ties Toadscruel, who might not even be max speed anyways. So in reality, all but like 2. We have a Chople Berry as our item this week. This helps us into Focus Blast on Goldango, but more importantly Terra Fighting on Boulder. EVs wise, you have enough speed for Jolly Kyurem, max special attack, and the rest in HP. Fourth, we have our second Chople Berry of the week, Dialga. We have a very bulky 4 attacks variant here. As with dang near max defense, John really struggles breaking this. The combo of Dragon Pulse, Flash Cannon, Flamethrower, and Power Gem is also really difficult for John to deal with. We didn't go Draco or Overheat, as it allows John to pretty comfortably pivot around Dialga with his Ho-Oh. With our 32 special attack and a modest nature, we can kill offensive Ho-Oh with Dragon Pulse and Power Gem. The rest of our EVs are put into max HP, and the rest is defense. 5th, we have the return of the Quack, rocking a more offensive, not timid set this week. If you know, you know. Instead, we're going with a more offensive Swords Dance Lumberry set. The offensive coverage of Aqua Step, Close Combat, and Aqua Jet. John honestly has nothing for Quack stabs. If we can find the opportunity to get an SD up and get an Aqua Step off, it could be over for him. We also have Aqua Jet to get some strong priority into John's offense if they're faster. For example, a speed boosted Iron Boulder. We have the aforementioned Lumberry to take either straight Thunderwave or Will-O-Wisp and shake it off. EVs wise, we have enough speed for Goldango, max attack, no leftover in HP. Lastly, we have the facilitator of this whole build, Rotom Heat. Rotom is once again a dual screens variant. With Light Skin Reflect, our offensive setup Mew and Ogerpon become a lot harder to revenge. It's also really one of the only ways we find opportunities to set up with Quack in the first place. It also functions as a great Ho-Oh check, letting us get nice slow volt switches into our team's offense that threatens it. EVs also have a nice and simple max HP and max defense set to check Ho-Oh as well as possible. That is going to be the team for BBL Week 6. Let me know what you guys think of the squad down in the comments below. Again, complete opposite of what we did last week, so if you didn't like the stall build, don't worry, we're back to hyper offense. But yeah, if you enjoy, drop a like. See you guys in the battle. Alrighty guys, here we are with the battle. We are connected with John. He brought the 3 scary guys, Ho-Oh, Kyurem Black, and Fairy Boulder. Just not fighting. Fairy does make sense. We see no Golden Joe. So this Ogerpon lead feels very, very strong right now. Goldango. And Colt, we're gonna go ahead and lead with it. Something I've noticed I've been doing is 1, I've been leading Dialga a lot, and 2, I've been putting my lead in the first slot a lot. I don't think anybody ever actually looks at that. But if they do, maybe John has noticed that. I don't think I've ever put my lead in the second slot, so hopefully that'll be a good thing. The Scarf Shadow Balling game looks very, very nice. Realistically, the only like bona fide answer to that is going to be the Ho-Oh, so we're just going to need to eliminate that, and we can totally win with Scarf. Good luck, have fun to John. Hopefully he can snag a dub here. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. So I have Fairy and the thing? I do. So I'm assuming it's going to be like an SD set. Though I am a bit interested. Maybe it's like some kind of AV, maybe some kind of... I don't know. It's interesting. It's interesting. So we see lead Kyurem Black, and this tells me I need to scout for Scarf, right? Because this thing can just Icicle Spear / Ice Beam through me. And I don't super like that. So I am just going to make this pivot out in a Rotom. If we switch first, then we'll see that he's not Scarf. But I'm assuming we're going to see some kind of Scarf set. It just DD'd. Uh-oh. Interesting. We're going to Reflect. You DD Earth Power? You're DD Earth Power. I'm super, super interested. Okay, it's like DD Sash. Do I lose? Do I lose? Chat, are we cooked? Let's see. We might be. We on golly might be cooked. Not a great start for us. I'm assuming it's some kind of Sash or some kind of Charty. But yeah, we might be cooked. We might be cooked. Kyurem Black. So if he's not loaded dice, so he's like some kind of mix set. He has Earth Power. I'm just not in a position where I could scout for that, right? It's not like we're like, oh no, I couldn't. I didn't know that happened. We're just not in a position where we can deal with that. I'm assuming it's just like DD stabs plus Earth Power. Interesting. We're in a bad spot right now. So we get some chip on this Swampert. Are we going to see some kind of Assault Vest? Yeah. We sure are. So unfortunately, we're not in a great position right now, right? That's super AV, right? Is it worth just staying in, getting off this Dragon Pulse chip, or is it worth pivoting out? Dude, not getting a screen up is going to be really, really tough for me. I think we're going to see a flip turn though, right? Because you don't want to let in Ogerpon. I don't think there's a universe where you can let in Ogerpon. I think I have to D-Pulse again. We're not in a great spot right now. That's a great lead from John. We're going to be in a really, really bad position right now. He's going to flip turn. So we're going to play a little aggressively. I'm Obviously, we don't die to that thing ever. And the good thing, too, is there's not much that really can deal with us subsequently right here. So these are all good things. Things we can hopefully potentially exploit, take advantage of. Things of the sort. We see the bloopsters come out. We have Toad's Cruel. Toad's Cruel. Let's see, ZU Offensive Entry Hazard. I think we are going to make that pivot out into the Ogre Pawn now. We are going to make that pivot onto the Ogre Pawn. We keep this around a little bit. The Swampert did about 55, so chipping AV Swampert is really nice for me. I'm going to go ahead and SD up. Again, try and exert some offensive pressure here. Try and exert some offensive pressure here. He's going to switch out. Mr. Feast! I get my gold and go. Now from this spot... Is it worth trailblazing, or do we knock in case he's not some kind of Colbur set? Or we're gonna knock in case he's like, or in case he's some kind of not Scarf or Colbur. I kind of like that play. Man, that was a great lead from John. Really put me in a bad spot. But I like the damage we're about to get on this. We are faster. He is Colbur. If he's offensive, can we kill Colbur? No. Click Thunder Wave and miss! He doesn't. So we saw that was Colbur. In the mouse. And from this position, can we trailblaze? Is it in a better idea for me to trailblaze? Because if I don't kill, I don't kill. If I do, I do. And if not, I can like really position Quackleval. I actually kind of like this aggressive trailblaze. Yeah, we're gonna aggressively trailblaze. I kind of like getting. I kind of like dying here. I kind of like dying here. Okay. Is it worth SDing here? I don't think you can make a pivot out. But I am super screwed otherwise. No, I like Aqua Stepping. I like Aqua Stepping. Take our damage where we can. I wish I SD'd now. I wish I SD'd now. So we're gonna get up to +1/+1. If this is Booster Speed Boulder, does he kill us with Psycho Cut? Boulder. Yeah, these hyper offense teams, right? If we don't get off to a good start immediately, we're just kind of in a tough spot. Iron Boulder, did he get a speed boost? Fuck, I didn't look. Uh-oh. Psycho Cut. Where is it? After a spike... It has a chance to just straight up not kill us unless he's like banded, so I think I'm just gonna go and start big step-ing. He's gonna Terrify Fairy. I don't think I saw the booster. If I did, I might be a bot, but hey, who's to say? This is a neutral one, so like we're not gonna kill with this. I'm just a bot, unfortunately, and we are going to die here. Good night. Okay, I think we lose. Losing the screener early just kind of means, this is a Rapskis, you know? Like, we're really, really in a bad position at this point. Really, really in a brutal position. We'll see what we can do, but yeah, I'm not looking too optimistic, ladies and gentlemen. I think we're going to get smoked by John Jr., and it's kind of just a product of bringing these kinds of teams. I didn't position it well, and yeah, the lead KB just put me in a blender. I played one in the mock. I just didn't think it was very likely. I'm assuming it's either Sash or Chardy, and the way he just played it, I would assume that it's probably going to be some kind of Sash or Chardy variant. Just on lead, didn't want to deal with me, you know, attacking. It's tough because I could, yeah, I don't know, it's tough. So did he ever burn booster, or is that thing just Scarf? Honestly, I don't know. We'll see. Spread F drop into a crit. So yeah, and we're just kind of in a checkmate position. Yeah, we're just kind of in a checkmate. That's raps. Unfortunate. Sometimes you just get outbuilt, get outplayed, and I think that was this week. Yeah. Tough one. EQ. We're very physically defensive. Not physically defensive enough. Yeah, we'll just Dragon Pulse again. Hopefully he just gives us this. He could save diff, go into Boulder, but what can you do? Tough one, but on to the next. Hopefully we can build a better team in playoffs. I mean, there's still like an inkling of a chance. I think he has a super throw. I don't see a universe where his like Ho doesn't win. Maybe Mew can do something schnasty, but it ain't looking good. So we're gonna KO this. Get a couple kills. There we go. Down that guy goes. Non-offensive Ho-Oh does not, like, kill us. So if we crit that guy with a power gem, we're very fat on this guy. Like, incredibly fat on this guy. So, like, Sacred Fire, it doesn't look like Sacred Fire kills. It's just gonna have to be, like, an EQ. The only issue, though, is if he brings that in, he's probably an offensive set, right? Otherwise, he'd have to fear not outspeeding us and getting, like, Stone Edged or whatever it may be, right? But, like, can a crit Power Gem open up any kind of endgame with Flutter? Can a crit Power Gem open up any type of endgame? In that case, maybe we can Moonblast through. This guy comes out. Okay. I mean, we're just gonna Dragon Pulse. Player on him missing. Player on him getting greedy and DDing, because then we can go into our Flutter main. Knowing John, he might just, like... Okay, yeah, he's just gonna Earth Power. I was gonna say, like, that'd be a crazy play. So he didn't DD. And, yeah, unfortunately, I think this is a loss because, like, the only real out I see here is what? Mew... Mew Nasty. Now, I think it's Flutter playing off him choking, going hard Ho-Oh, and getting, like, crit by Power Gem. I think that's, like, actually my only out. I actually don't think there's, like, really another thing we can do in this instance. We are just gonna go ahead and Power Gem. I don't think there's ever a universe where he does go into it. If anything, he should sack Bloopy. As Bloopy is very bad here, doesn't really do anything. I think that's his safest play, but if he's trying to save differential, right? Like, he's lost a couple games in a row. Maybe he goes, like, hard into Ho-Oh. Hard Ho-Oh. Yeah. Shoulder Day. Yeah, that's a fair play, unfortunately. There's a Mew endgame if we can, like, 1v1 this, right? Like, if we get enough flinches with Dark Pulse. Unfortunately, I can't switch hard out, so we're just gonna click it again. Yeah, it's a tough one. I'm pretty sure he takes this home. Yeah. We'll click it again, though. Going to Mew. Mighty Cleave. You're gonna go down. And, you against the world! We would have to absolutely cheese the fuck out of him to ever have an opportunity in this game. I don't think it ever happens. But hey, so we're not going to Terra right now, just because, like, Terra Blast, there's actually no benefit to Terra Darking at this point. We're going to Psychic. It's going to Mighty Cleave. Youch! I don't even think Psychic kills, unfortunately. Yeah, that's tough. And again, we can potentially flinch through. Just kidding. I think we got crit. No, we just lost. Jesus, John. Tough one. Yeah, you know, you bring a volatile team like this and you just kind of fall behind early and shit goes bad. And that's just what happened here. I don't think I was well prepared enough lead-wise. Leading into Kyurem was bad and I didn't really have a great pathing out of it and I should have had that. So you live and you learn. Jesus, John, go check him out. Good one for him. Great build. Great lead. It put me in a bad spot. Really solid set on the Kyurem. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed, drop a like. If you're new here, drop a sub. See you guys next time. Later. Hey guys, I wanted to do one of those little post-game analysis type things that we did against Shimpact. I didn't do one against Dell because I didn't think one was really needed because I think we played really well. This one, obviously, you guys finished the video, you know that we didn't play very well. We kind of got smoked in this one, so I think this is the perfect opportunity to kind of go over some things and, you know, see what we could have done better going forward. I know you guys enjoyed that last time, so we'll keep it going. If you guys do enjoy these, again, please let me know. I'll only do them if you guys really want to see me kind of analyzing where I'm going wrong and things like that. It won't always be on losses. Like I said, when we did against Shimp, we won, but, you know, there's some stuff to talk about. But I think the biggest issue, we talked about a lot in the game, was this lead sequence, right? We led Ogrepon into Kyurem. Think Pogger's lead, click Ivy Cudgel. One, I don't think I was very prepared for the Kyurem lead. I played it in one mock, I think it was against Winter, and it did really well into me, but I kind of just dismissed it, to be honest with you. I was like, it's not going to lead. I think it's so good in the mid/end game. That'll be fine. We saw it lead, and the issue here is the multitude of sets that this could be, right? With Terravolt, it can very viably be like a Scarf Ice Beam variant and just kill me. It can also just kill me with Icicle Spear, right? It could be a Focus Sash lead. It can be a Charty Berry lead. It can be that Scarf set that I saw a couple times in mocks. And things can go really bad. So I don't think switching out Ogrepon here is a bad thing because I think it's incredibly, incredibly strong in this game. Where I think I went wrong, here, we'll go into our Rotom, and we'll kind of just let it play from here. I think that my biggest issue, as I speed it up a little bit, I think my biggest issue in this specific instance is that when I go into this, I think my play immediately after has to be Flutter Mane. This team is very, very contingent on screens, hyper offense, getting them up, sacking the screen guy immediately. If this is Earth Power, or even if it's just Scale Shot, I can die to some variant to that. Or I'm just risking taking a really ridiculous amount of damage and not getting up my screens at all, right? Whereas I can always go Flutter because, one, we know that Icicle Spear is never coming out. It can come out in general, right? That's a strong move that we have to worry about. Afterwards, it may be kill us, especially if this is a Sash variant or something similar. But Rotom in this early game is more important than something like Flutter. We still have outs into other Pokemon on his team. While Flutter was good, I think leveraging it a little bit better in this early game would have done wonders because we either see a Scale Shot into the Rotom or we see a Earth Power. One of the two, and then being mixed Earth Power, which is a really good set on John's end. But regardless, I made this play multiple times in mocks. We go in Rotom, pivot into Flutter, right? We have to be a little bit aggressive around that thing because it's so strong into us, and not doing so set us so unbelievably far behind in this game. I mean, we immediately had to sack something, and that's not great. And from there, losing our screener is really tough in facilitating the Pokemon on our team like our Mew, which would have done incredible in this game if we had some kind of screen support. Pokemon like our Quaquaval would have had a really, really nice setup opportunity. I mean, if we have Reflect Up in that game against when that Boulder came in, we don't die to Terra Blast at that point. We can kind of just click Aqua Step again, and then, I mean, honestly, win the video game. Like, just straight up win the video game from there. So, I think there's just things to be learned there. We have to learn how to pivot and play correctly. Hyper offense doesn't mean just sacking all of your guys and never switching, right? It means making aggressive calls and aggressive reads when needed, and I didn't do so. And, I mean, you saw the score of the game. We got absolutely rolled in it. I think, what was it, the 4-0, 3-0? I'm recording this a couple days after. I usually try and record these a couple days after when I have time to really, like, kind of sit down and think about the game. So, I think that's where we went wrong. You know, we get a rematch against John in playoffs, then we'll know where to go from there. Maybe we don't go hyper offense again because it didn't work out super great into his team composition, but I think we at least would have had a better shot if we had the Rotom in some way, shape, and form. Otherwise, it was just looking a little bit rough. But yeah, again, if you guys did enjoy this week, despite me getting my ass beat, be sure to drop a like on the video as well as sub to the channel. I'd really appreciate it a ton. And yeah, I'll see y'all next time. Later.